want to play basketball like Aliyah Boston? Of course you do. Who doesn't want to be more like Boston? The All-Star is a dominant force, and she has some of the best hair in the W. In this video, we'll show you how she uses the 3 Ps, positioning, power, and patience, to be successful, and you'll find out what you need to do to make your game more like hers. You're on your own for improving your hair, though. Boston uses her positioning to be a force rebounding, defending, and scoring. When it comes to rebounding, she does 2 things consistently. She finds open space that will allow her to move and rebound outside of her area, or she uses her positioning to keep her opponents from getting to the rebound while she secures it herself. On defense, she is constantly putting herself in position to help and recover. Since she is usually guarding the opposing player who is closest to the basket, she serves as the help defender. This means she has to position herself to defend the rim and her own player. Note the way she avoids overcommitting to this drive by Natasha Cloud. She blocks the shot, but she does it by staying in the middle of the lane. She doesn't jump out of position and allow Shakira Austin an easy path to the rim for a putback. She contests the shot from a position where Austin is still within her reach. On offense, Aliyah Boston often scores because of where she puts herself on the court. She has a knack for finding the correct open space and being an available pass for her teammates. If you watch an entire Fever game, note how often you see Aliyah Boston standing still. She almost never does because she's seeking out the best position, whether it's near the hoop or at the free throw line. Many times she will get the ball when her teammates are stuck and have to find a pass. She finds creases because of her constant movement. So how do you improve your positioning? Here are 3 steps you need to take. 1. You need to get in great shape. Boston never stops moving, so you need to play the same way. To do that means you need to be in amazing condition. So, I'm sorry to say it, but get your cardio in. Number 2. Play a ton of basketball. A lot of this is feel, so find places you can get on the court and play. Have it in your mind that you need to be constantly moving and working to find open space. If you find yourself standing still, ask yourself why that's the case. This comes naturally to some, but everyone can improve their feel through focused practice. And number 3, communicate when you play. Talk to your teammates on both offense and defense. Tell your teammates when you've got the help side covered. Communicate when you're going to set a screen. An important distinction regarding communication: don't tell everyone else how they should play. Just tell your teammates what you're doing. The sports cliche you'll hear a lot is how someone plays at their own pace. I don't love the saying because it makes it sound like the player is slow. Boston does not play slowly. She plays with patience. Defensively, this patience comes in the form of avoiding silly fouls. Boston will contest shots with her hands straight up. She doesn't lose patience and try to block the shot too low by reaching her arms down and forward. Instead, she waits for the perfect moment to go for the block. And if it doesn't present itself, she puts her hands up and forces the offensive player to shoot over her. Altering shots can be just as effective as blocking them. On offense, her patience is more obvious. She's shooting over 60% from the field because she does not take bad shots. When she attracts extra attention in the post, she passes the ball to her teammates for good looks. She also doesn't settle for the first look. In this example against the Lynx, she has an open jumper, but decides to get to the bucket for a closer look. She does something similar against the Mystics in this example. But more than passing up jumpers, Boston's patience teaches us a lesson with her methodical fakes and footwork. She constantly shows the ball to the defender to get a commitment before using her pivot foot to shift to an uncontested shot. Look at this example where she shows the ball to Shakira Austin twice before actually taking the shot. This type of move is not only effective, but it's the post-player version of crossing somebody up. Watch the bench's reaction to this play. Don't we all want to get a reaction like that from our teammates? Every post player should be working on footwork like this as much as guards attempt to perfect their crossover. Here are 3 steps you need to take to improve your patience as a post player. Number 1, get quicker feet. Find drills you like and will repeat that will improve your quickness like a ladder drill. Improved quickness will increase the effectiveness of your fakes, so work hard to get the fastest feet you can. Number 2, do the Mikan drill. There are 1,000 videos to teach you this if you don't already know it. You need to be comfortable scoring off the fake, and the Mikan drill does this for you. Practice facing toward the hoop and away from the hoop, off 1 foot and off 2 feet. You can be patient against the defender when you know you can score in the paint from any angle. Number 3, fake out the ghost. Practice fakes that will draw an invisible defender off their feet. It's not about speed, it's about believability. When you feel good, try the moves out on a friend, but never stop drilling them against the ghost. An area that's more difficult for the average player to become like Boston is with regards to power. This is something that takes hard work to get to, and even if you have it, you've got to learn how to use it like Boston does. On offense, Boston gets to her spots easily. Defenders end up pushing and shoving to combat her, which results in fouls being called on them. Boston is strong enough to work her way to the ideal spot despite someone trying to shove her away. This is invaluable when posting up. She's also able to move her defender once she has the ball. Look at where Austin meets Boston and makes first contact. Now look at where Boston shoots from. Some of this is a result of her patience, but some is based on the power she shows when first contact is made. Boston's spin moves and power slides are also so effective because of the way she effortlessly creates separation with her superior strength. Look at these fouls on Dorka Juhas. Both times Juhas has solid position, but in the initial move, she gets bumped away from Boston. As she closes the gap, she makes contact and brings her arms down. All of this is because Boston created space with her strong initial move. When rebounding, Boston is nearly impossible to move. She uses her lower body to hold her position so her arms can be up to claim the board. She doesn't need to jump over opponents because she owns the spot where the ball is going to land. Look at this example where she moves 2 linked defenders out of her way to claim the offensive rebound. It's almost unfair. Defensively, she uses her strength to avoid silly mistakes. She can keep her hands up and play patiently because she's always in a good position due to her lower body strength. Opponents can't body her out of position, so she never has to take risks to make up for being where she's not supposed to be. The 3 steps you need to take to improve your power are: Number 1, get in the weight room. Becoming more powerful is hard work. There isn't a shortcut. If you can't get in the weight room, start by doing bodyweight exercises that focus on your lower body and your core. Number 2, use your legs for strength when you play. Don't try to compensate with your hands and arms. If you use your hands for power, you will foul out quickly. So keep your hands off the opponent and use your legs for power. Number 3, focus on where you're trying to get to on the court. Don't get caught up trying to move the opponent. Use the strength you have as effectively as you can while you work to get stronger when you're outside the lines. If your goal is to play more like Aliyah Boston, and let's be honest, it should be, these are the keys. When you put them together, you end up with someone who can get the ball where they want it, move the defender to a vulnerable position, and score when the shot is uncontested. From a team perspective, you have someone who can draw multiple defenders, create for teammates, and then clean up any misses. You can't become Aliyah Boston, but you can work to be more like her. It has to be worth the hard work to see your teammates react like this.